Hello, boys and girls. Today's story is 12 Snails to One Lizard. A Tale of Mischief and Measurement by Susan Hightower. Pictures by Matt Novak. And here is our title page. "I sure do love to watch you work, Milo," drawled Bubba Bullfrog as he sprawled back in the cool grass by the riverbank. "In fact, there's nothing I like better on a warm day than watching a beaver work. I'd even give you a hand, but we bullfrogs don't have big strong teeth or sharp claws or nice flat tails like you do." "You make a fine audience, Bubba," answered Milo Beaver. "But if I don't get some help with this branch soon, the pond may be dry by summer." "What?" Bubba sat up. "The pond dry?" Bubba's thinking now, isn't he? He wants that water in the pond. "Today is April 1st. And it's the last month of the rainy season," explained Milo. "If I don't get that dam fixed before the rain comes, all the rainwater will run off downstream, and our little pond will be dry all summer." Dry pond. No bugs. "Wait a minute, Milo. I may not have strong teeth or a flat tail, but we bullfrogs are very smart fellows," boasted Bubba, "and I'd be happy to think about your problem for a while." "Thinking isn't going to patch that hole in my dam, Bubba. I found a nice strong branch yesterday, but it was a bit too big, so I took a little off each end. Then it was too small, and it washed right through." Milo scratched his head. "I have to figure out a way to cut a branch so it will fit just right." "You know," said Bubba, "my nephew's hopping class hopped that part of the creek just the other day, and their teacher told them it was exactly 36 inches. "But how long is an inch?" asked the beaver. "Oh, I'd say an inch is about as long as a healthy snail," Bubba replied. "One snail, you say? If one snail is as long as 1 inch, and I were to line up 36 snails, feelers to tails, they would measure 36 inches, right?" "Sounds like quite a job rounding up all those snails," Bubba answered. "But I do believe 36 healthy snails, feelers to tails, would measure 36 inches. If you look at the picture, I don't know if we can make it clearer or not. They're trying to get all 36 snails all lined up together. "I don't know what I'm going to do, Bubba," sighed Milo, sitting down. "These snails are the slowest creatures on earth. They're happy to help, but by the time I get all 36 lined up, the rainy season will be gone." Bubba leaned back. "Well, Milo, I seem to recall that 12 inches equals 1 foot. So 36 inches is the same as 3 feet. "How long is a foot?" asked the beaver. "Oh, I'd say a foot is about as long as one of the iguana boys," answered Bubba. "An iguana lizard, you say? If one young lizard is as long as 1 foot, and I were to line up 3 young lizards, nose to tail, they would measure 3 feet, which is the same as 36 inches, right? Lizards aren't slow like snails, and I do believe if you line up 3 lizards nose to tail, they would measure 3 feet, Bubba replied. So now look at the picture and see what's happening. Here come the lizards. See, Bubba? Look at the pictures now. Uh-oh. Bubba, Milo whispered. Betty Jane seems happy to help, but I sure don't like the way she's looking at me. How do I know Betty Jane measures a yard anyway? Well, Milo, I do believe that Betty Jane is 1 yard long. In fact, I'll prove that I'm right. Wait right here. I know, look at the story and look at the pictures. So you've got look what Bubba has brought. Can you see? Ah, now you can see all the lines on the yardstick. Here, Milo, here is a yardstick. It is exactly 1 yard long. Put it down next to Betty Jane and tell me if that isn't a yard-long snake. Wait just a minute, Bubba. You're telling me that this stick is exactly 1 yard long? Sure is. See, it's divided into feet. There are 3 of them. It's also divided into inches. There are 36 of them. Yep, that's 1 yard exactly. You mean I didn't have to spend hours pushing those slimy snails into line? I didn't have to run myself ragged trying to get those lizards to stand still. I didn't have to risk my life with that snake. I could have just used this piece of wood to measure 36 inches. Say, that's right, said Bubba Bullfrog with a grin. I guess next time you'll want to borrow my yardstick. Uh-oh, look at the picture. Who's chasing who, and why do you think it's happening? And the snake is saying, too bad. I was hoping for a few inches of frog. And so that is the story. And down here it says some measurement facts. It says, how slow are snails? Really? A hardy snail can move about 2 1/2 feet in 1 minute. How long does it take you to move the same amount? Common garden snails are often about 1 inch long. However, the African giant snail can grow to nearly 16 inches nose to tail. And though most iguanas are pretty close to 12 inches long, some grow as long as 6 feet. Boa constrictors are about 20 inches long when they are born, and by the time they are 18 months old, they have grown to 36 inches, just like Betty Jane. Adult boa constrictors can grow to 12 feet and longer. So here is a fun book about inches, feet, and yards, and all the things that happen if you can measure. And of course, we know we don't have to measure with animals, do we? We do have rulers and yardsticks. So boys and girls, go get the book and read it. It's a good, fun book to read. I will see you in another book.